Welcome to my channel, Mending Tree Tarot. This is a general reading for the month of July. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone. So please take what resonates for you and leave the rest behind. This is a pick-a-pile reading for you so that you can gain a little bit more clarity in conjunction with your zodiac sign. I have chosen and pre-shuffled the decks. We have 3 decks today. I have chosen different stones in order to represent and help you choose. So these are the piles 1, 2, and 3. Pile 1 is purple amethyst. Okay. Pile 2 is a blue aura quartz. And pile 3 is a cinnabon. Okay. I'm going to give you just a moment here just to help give you some time to decide. If you've never done one of these before, you just, whatever comes to you, whatever pile draws you into it more. All right, we're going to start the readings. Also know that you may be drawn to more than one pile, which is okay. That means you should probably listen to both of them or all 3 of them if that's really how you feel about it. All right, let's get started. Hello, pile 1. This is your reading for the month of July. You chose the purple amethyst. Just so that you can get a closer look and just so you know what this stone is really about. Purple amethyst covers a lot of bases. It's a great stone typically for meditation because it helps relieve and help you deal with stress and anxiety. It also enhances intuition, but on top of that, it also helps with a sense of confidence and calmness together. Okay, so that, and also can be a protection stone as well. It can help with protection. All right. So I'll set that there. I did choose Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid for the Oracle cards, and then I also chose the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot for the tarot element of it. One thing I do want to let you know as I'm laying this all out here is a general PSA. There are scammers about really focusing on people who are interested in tarot or general self-help. So just know that I will not reach out to you personally for readings or to get money from you directly in that way. So just so that you know. So I'm going to move this up a little bit here. So if anybody ever reaches out to you, I don't have a social media account linked to this channel. So if anybody reaches out to you, that is not me. And just be aware, okay? All right, so starting here, we have flexible. So this is in your recent past. This has to do a lot with being grounded, but at the same time, yes, being flexible, willing to bend. So not losing yourself while at the same time being malleable and seeing multiple sides of a situation. So typically this happens when there's like a lot going around you. And so you have been very rooted and grounded in who you are, what you want, what you need. But at the same time, you've been willing to like work with people on this, and people have been willing to work with you, which is good. And then in the kind of now position, most like very recent past to now, we have our time for a nap. So this really is talking about rest, rejuvenation, taking care of yourself, making sure that you are, that you are clearing your mind, that you're taking care of your body, all of those things. So you may have more recently been working very, very hard, and now you've been kind of, we ebb and flow with things, and this may be more of the ebbing element of it. You just kind of taking a step back for a moment to take care of you, which is important to do. But in this process, it looks like you have unfinished business. This is the Unfinished Symphony card. You did get it in reverse. So it can be that you are fully aware that there are still things that are not really complete, that you still need to tend to. It's not like, you know, you're finished, you have completely finished up a cycle. It looks like you're about to finish up a project is more kind of the feeling that I get on this. But there's still some time. It's not going to be just yet. So you're pacing yourself is what you're doing here. But also in taking this little bit of reprieve, you are figuring out what it is that you still need to do. And then in the most, well, soon to come future position, we have Poised. This also came in reverse. So this card is basically kind of saying the same thing. You're getting this the picture that's being painted here is that you have been working on something, towards something. You've been putting a lot of work into it. It's been tiring. You are pacing yourself. You realize this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. You're in one of those moments where you realize you can't make too much forward motion right now. So you are kind of pulling back in order to kind of regroup and see what loose ends need to be kind of dealt with. But at the same time, there may be people who are forcing you in order to make forward movement here. They're like, okay, let's do this. And you're basically going to be saying, no, we're not ready to do that just yet. Like, you're making smart choices. Don't let anybody push you to complete something or to do something if you're not ready just yet. So it's about making smart choices. But it's good because you're planning right now about what really needs to be done. Okay, so on to the tarot here. You have, well, 4 Swords, 9 of Cups, the Empress, 2 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Page of Pentacles. So what's interesting about your reading is that it's really kind of talking about whatever it is that you've been working on. So this is 4 Swords is about the take a nap card, ultimately, just in tarot form. So it is recovery, rest, rejuvenation. It's about having come through a long process, a long journey, and needing to really kind of just take care of yourself and take stock of what it is that you need to do, but like rest, healing, and recovery. And with the 2 of Cups, it can be that this is with something that you feel is right for you. 2 of Cups typically means like perfect match. And this could obviously mean in a relationship, if that resonates with you. But in this reading, I'm taking it more as like whatever this thing that you've been working on is, it is that you have seen that it's good for you. It's the direction that you should be going. It's almost, you feel like your destiny, and that, you know, it's worth the hard work that you've been putting in, but that you are going, I'm seeing this as like a thumbs up. You've been going in the right direction. All right. And then in the now position, you have the 9 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So 9 of Cups really is kind of talking about wish fulfillment, prosperity, that same thing, that you have your cups overfloweth with things that you want. And also an important thing about the 9 of Cups, it's not the 10 of Cups. And that's not to be, you know, negative Nancy about it. It is just more about, it's almost there. It's almost complete. But you almost have everything that you want to have. There's just one more cup that you need in order to finish whatever it is that you're doing, and you kind of feel that you're on the last leg of whatever it is that you're completing, but things are going your way and you're feeling good about it, which is good. And the 7 of Pentacles really is about kind of same thing, putting in the work, waiting, being patient, right? It's about being patient about this finish. Which is exactly what the Oracle cards, it's giving the same messages again, ultimately, okay? And then we have the Empress and the Page of Pentacles. So same thing, in the, you know, soon future here, the it looks like you're going to have a lot of prosperity, a lot of success. The Empress is a very abundant, fertile, creative card. More about creation of things. So you are going to then be moving forward into a creative mode and kind of be looking after whatever it is that you're working on, overseeing what's happening, but also kind of directing people, seeing the path forward, ultimately, like what direction you need to be going. And that's more what I'm getting off of this card intuitively. The traditional meaning is creativity, emotional, well, just abundance in general. And abundance and creativity and fertility is what this card is really about. But in this particular reading with this card in this deck, I'm really kind of seeing that it's putting you in a position of power where you are seeing the way forward, okay? And with the Page of Pentacles, this is typically solid offer, right? Also having to do with abundance, stability is really more what it has to do with. But in this particular deck, same thing. It's like there's a traditional way where it's a solid offer. It's kind of the way that it's traditionally read. But beyond that, in this deck, the way that I'm reading it, and the element that it's really pointing out is that you have what you need in order to create, and that's what makes it solid. That it's coming from you. You're not taking it from anywhere else. You're not relying on anyone else for this stability, that it's coming from you, and you have the knowledge and skills in order to do that. Okay, so have confidence and, relax. It's funny that your stone actually, I choose the stones first, and then I shuffled the cards and did it that way. And so it's, your reading is really almost a direct reflection of the amethyst, which I think is, just perfect. All right, I am going to pull an oracle card for you. I'm using the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. What advice do you have for pile 1? Vanishing Mirror, Ego, Sublimation. I am going to read from the book on this. This is number 58. All right. Letting go of self-centeredness, becoming a vessel of possibility. Do you ever wonder if your self-definition has become too rigid, too fixed around what you've come to learn so that you contract your life into zones of safe versus unsafe? This here is okay, but over there, well, that might be too risky. Judgment, fear, self-righteousness, and overconfidence are only some of the traits that keep you from evolving. We are all products of our conditioning, so remember that this is part of the human experience, yet you are not meant to remain static, seeking only what you expect, even if it appears ambitious. It is still too narrow. You go nowhere when you hesitate to move out of your comfort zone. When you focus too much on yourself this way, you become a servant of the ego. It edges God out, removing the magic of possibility. Imagine looking into a mirror and seeing only what you are now. If you can let your self-definition soften, moving beyond the veil of your potential, a magical emptiness exists where all things are possible. Look again. Who could you be? What would you see reflected if you allowed yourself to be other than how you define yourself now? Nothing less is required of you now. In this moment, let go of who you think you are and allow a new you to emerge. You will recognize yourself as what you are, a partner in co-creation, in service to the divine. Doesn't it feel good? All right, pile 1, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm truly grateful, and for more clarification, check out your sun, moon, and rising signs for the month. If you like what I do, please like and subscribe. It helps others to find the channel, and it lets me know it resonates with you. And down below, you should find a link for tips and donations if you choose to support the channel in that way. It is not expected, but genuinely appreciated if you decide to. Thank you so much, pile 1, and I will see you next time. Welcome, pile 2. This is your reading for the month of July. You chose the Blue Aura Quartz. Just to kind of let you see this a little bit better. This particular stone is interesting. It helps with healing. Yes, the color blue itself, there's a connection with the throat chakra. So being able to speak clearly and having what you want to communicate be clear. But then there's also a bit of an alchemy element to this stone as well. So there is this stone can be used for prosperity, for abundance, but also be used for kind of calming fears and anxieties. But if you use this in conjunction with other stones, it enhances the other stones as well. So just so you know, properties that you were drawn to there. I'm going to lay these out. I am using a Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed for your Oracle cards, and I'm using Edgar Allan Poe Tarot for the Tarot element here as I'm laying this out. Just a quick little message. There are scammers out there who are targeting people who are interested in tarot or self-help so just be careful. This channel in particular is not linked towards a social media account, so I will not reach out to you specifically asking you if you want a reading and asking for money directly from you in that way. I will not do that. So there is a link for donations down below, but that's just the link that's attached to the box down there. I will not reach out to you. So just be careful. All right. So getting into your reading here. It's interesting. So in your most recent past, you have building blocks. Now this card is talking about being, that you have been doing some self-assessment, kind of looking at your foundations of things and making sure that everything that you have going on right now is built on a solid foundation, right? That it kind of, if anything needs to be changed or questioning the integrity of it, because if there's any cracks in the foundation, you realize that you're not going to be able to move forward, or that you're going to have to deal with it later, and it's going to be a bigger problem later. So ultimately it's about kind of reassessing, and perhaps that there's been a reason for you to reassess. I am going to say that, especially looking at your reading in general, that maybe there's been something that's made you call into question what your stability in some areas. Okay. In the current moment, you have co-create. So there is something that you are wanting to create in your life in order to move forward, in order to build. Know that it's not just you, but you need to allow help with this, and that the universe is helping you with this. It's bringing you the wisdom that you need, the information that you need. It's bringing you all that you need in order to do this. But know that you're working in tandem in order to make this happen. And you have been. It's not to say that you haven't been. It's just that, just to allow that flow really to happen is what it's saying. Okay. And the regeneration, this is in your near future position. And this is talking about you kind of rediscovering self, rebirthing yourself and who you are. So especially if you've been reassessing your foundations, then this is good. This is you having come out of whatever instability there was, addressing those needs, and then coming out stronger, more durable than you ever have been before, right? And really kind of excited for that new rebirth of yourself, coming out of whatever hardships there may have been, and perhaps even failures. Perhaps this is talking to failures that you've had in the past, which made you call into question a lot of things, and so you've learned from those and you've become stronger because of it. Okay. In your tarot, you have the Moon in the reverse, 7 of Wands in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Wands, the Lovers, and the 3 of Wands. So in a way, your reading is kind of talking about the same thing. I'm going to go in order, and then I'll kind of tell you the general message that I'm getting here. So the Moon in reverse is talking about there has been, in the most recent past, some confusion that has made things pretty difficult for you, because especially when you have the 10 of Wands here, 10 of Wands can be, heavy loads, burdens, feeling overworked, but it's something that you're passionate about, that you know that you need to do, which is why you're continuing to do it. But there's been some real clouded vision when it comes to where you're at. Maybe you're having a hard time really kind of assessing where you are in your progress, and you're starting to feel overworked, and this is saying maybe you've realized that you've had to start to delegate, but also don't lose sight, don't lose vision of the end goal. Okay, things may not be super clear to you right now, but keep your eye on the prize. All right, trust that it's there, you're making your way. Just keep your eye on the prize, ultimately. Okay. Then in your now position, you have the Seven of Wands in reverse, and you have the Lovers. So mostly this can be that you feel like, same thing, things have been unclear. Perhaps you feel like somebody's been untruthful with you, or that you've really needed to be like super defensive of your position. But the Lovers, it's interesting, the two cards together is talking about balance. Lovers, yes, can be a romantic card and can mean exactly that, but it can also mean like co-workers, partnerships, working relationships, but also more importantly, the relationship with yourself and needing to be true to yourself. So it looks like you've have been right now and are needing to kind of defend and stand up for yourself for what you know to be right and true, but also, just kind of trust yourself. Trust the direction that you're going. Trust your vision. All right. Even if you feel like perhaps people have been kind of working against you towards that. And then we have King of Pentacles in reverse and the Three of Wands. So it's interesting. Your whole reading, it's like the same message again and again. It's that you see a way forward, you're starting to lose sight, you're starting to get tired, or maybe not starting, you are tired, you are kind of wondering whether or not you're ever going to reach this goal. And it's saying, stay true, hold fast, have determination to get to your goal. There are obstacles. You feel like there are obstacles because there probably more likely are obstacles, but through your dedication and perseverance, you are going to get there, and you are going to then turn this King of Pentacles up, right side up, and that's going to be you. This is through the process, through your work and determination. You are going to turn this into stability, in abundance, and just everything that you've been working for. You will get to the castle at the end of this long journey. Okay, you will get there. It's just, you are there. You've had some failures, you've had some pitfalls. Don't lose sight of the goal. All right. And I said it for the pile one, and I find it to be interesting for this deck too. I chose the stones first, and then did the shuffling and choosing of the cards after. And this is really speaking to what qualities this stone has. So you have been drawn to this for a reason. Take care of yourself is really the message that I'm getting. Take care of yourself. Keep focused. Don't allow yourself to get too riled up, but stay true in your determination, because you are coming out stronger and more abundant because of it. Okay, so hold focus there. I am going to pull an oracle card. I'm using the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. What advice do you have for pile 2 for the month of July? What messages do you have and advice can you give to get them through this time, through the month of July? See, this is why I do the shuffling ahead of time. All right, Crown Games. Right use of power. Okay, I am going to read from the book on this one. All right. Leadership, responsibility, accountability, right use of power. There is a game of power played by all people, whether they're conscious of it or not. It concerns who has it and who doesn't, how to get more of it and not to lose that which you have, how to wield it wisely and not to get drunk with it and cause harm. These are the matters you need to ponder now that you find yourself in the crown game too. You want to be on top, the best, the most effective, the most beloved. You may discover that your deep desire to help others is disguising the underpinnings of this complex game. Power and all it entails can be both dangerous and productive, destructive and redemptive. Which will it be for you? Can you forgive without condoning and keep your dignity when challenged? Will you be accountable, amenable to change or making amends? Can you let go of your need to rescue others, lead with humility while letting others discover their way home? Now you're learning that empowerment comes with a price and a sacrifice for sovereignty. This is a time to pick your battles, use strategy, and temper your reactions. You have the power to make a beautiful difference on behalf of others. Can you see power as a currency that you must spend judiciously? True power is stewarded wisely, for it is given from the divine, not from the ego. In all your relations, the greatest beauty is when power is shared. If you're in a higher position, it's even more important to be kind and respectful. Ask for guidance. It will come when you choose compassion over your own goals and desires. When you stop caring about who wears the crown, true success and influence appear for you. All right, pile 2, I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am truly grateful. And for more clarification, please check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. And if you like what I do, please like and subscribe. It helps others to find the channel and it lets me know it resonates with you. Down below, you should find a link for tips and donations. If you choose to support the channel in that way, it is not expected, but genuinely appreciated if you decide to. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. All right, pile 3, this is your reading for the month of July. You chose the Cinnabar. This is, talk a little bit about the stone first. It is a manifestation stone. So I personally have not run across the stone very often. It helps to create wealth and abundance. There's also like a mystic element to it as well. It can be for like alchemy, healing, but also it's a stone about transformation, or it's known as like the merchant stone. It's like another name for it. But very cool stone, mostly helping with manifestation. So as you can see that, I will lay these out. I have used the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed for the Oracle cards. And actually, I'm going to set it this way. I'm going to set yours up a little differently. And tarot, I'm using the Edgar Allan Poe, and I'm giving a warning out there for everyone. There are scammers that are out there targeting people who are interested in tarot and self-help. And know that I do not have a social media account linked with this channel, so I will not reach out to you asking you for readings or asking you directly for money. I have a donation link, but that you'll only find that in the box down below, and that's it. So I'm not going to reach out to you that way, but be careful out there. Is basically what I'm saying here. Okay, getting into your reading. So first, you have blessed. So in the most recent past, you have received really some good fortune. Things have been coming your way, been working out in your favor, and you realize that it's not necessarily anything that you did, not to say that you did not, deserve it, but it's not like you worked super hard for this thing and then you got it. This is like a lucky break kind of thing, but not that it's luck. It's a gift. It's a gift to you because of the work that you have been doing on levels that you or others can't necessarily measure. Okay, and then in the now, you have go the distance. So something that you're working on right now means that you need to really shed what isn't serving you and realize that what you're working towards is a marathon, not a sprint, but that you have what you need, and that and really kind of just take stock. Get rid of things that don't serve you and really kind of go the distance, move forward. And it's not going to necessarily be easy, but but you are making the progress and you are making your way there. So it can also be about kind of taking stock about what serves you. And that's actually the thing that's really kind of sticking with me most with this card at this moment in time, is what serves you versus what doesn't. All right. And then in the near future, you have never ending story. Now this really is more about self-sabotage, self-fears, things like, if things are working out for you, are you questioning so much that it is working out for you? And are you expecting it then to not work out? And you need to like let go of that story that you've made up for yourself. Like, this is how it's always worked out in the past, and it's always failed in the past. And this card is telling you, don't look at it that way. That's not how you, like, this is your ability to write a new story for yourself. So stop questioning it so much. Stop questioning the blessings. Stop questioning how things are working out for you, and instead trust that things are going to work out better and in your favor. In the end, it's always going to work out in your favor, and that's the thing that you need to understand. Okay, so in your spread here, you have the Three of Cups, Ace of Cups, Five of Wands, Page of Swords in reverse, Queen of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. So in the past position, you have the Three of Cups and the Page of Swords. So it looks like you've been hanging out, you've been celebrating something, maybe perhaps your good fortune, but also spending time with friends, family, people who are close to you, and really kind of enjoying the good elements that have been coming through. However, I feel like with the Page of Swords here in reverse, that there has been some hastiness in perhaps you being talked into doing something with what direction you're going to. Like I kind of get this image of like somebody talking in your ear and kind of manipulating you to get you to do things that maybe you're not ready for just yet, or that that you just didn't think of or didn't think through. And yeah, not that it's totally a bad thing, but it just seems like perhaps you started to see that somebody was not really giving you good information. And it's somebody who is close to you in your circle. And that's really kind of the message that's coming through there. So in your now position, that's a weird message there, but in your now position, we have the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So Ace of Cups is a emotional fulfillment, a gift, a new beginning that you've been starting. And this is kind of what this is saying too. Like there's something you're starting out on, and it's going to be emotionally fulfilling for you, but you need to be true to yourself. And I mean, the Queen of Swords, she doesn't take any bull really from anybody. She knows what she wants. She knows what she needs. She's not going to allow people to lead her down a path. I mean, she stands here with the Sphinx, and the Sphinx always would ask riddles and questions of travelers, and in order to make forward progress. And so you needed to have the right answer. And that's basically like, that's her MO, right? You need to give me the truth, only the truth, and you need to be honest with me because I'm going to be honest with you. And in a way, you're kind of protecting your heart because of this, but like you're not allowing anybody to take advantage of you or to manipulate you, but you are embarking on something new in a very good way. And then in your near future, you have the Five of Wands and the Ten of Cups. So the Five of Wands, sometimes people get, a little nervous about this, mostly because it has to do with conflict. It can mean that there's arguments, but it can also just mean competition. And perhaps like basically that you're in a little bit of a heated debate, if you will, with somebody. But this also can mean that you have come to a point where you're like, I agree to disagree in a situation with someone, and kind of speaking your truth, and that's okay, and you can both come to that agreement. It doesn't mean like, it's not total shaking of foundation. It's simply a competition, a conflict training. So the thing that really pops into my mind here, and I haven't really shared it on this channel, but I practice martial art, and in that there is it's interesting. You fight with people, but these people are also your friends. And in fighting, it makes you better and it makes you more honest. And so, in a way, this kind of fighting or competition is not a bad thing. It's a way to make you better and stronger and to help you see where you need to be better, and you help them see where they need to be better. It's a beneficial thing for both of you. And that's kind of more the story that's popping out to me in this card. And this is the first time I've ever been compelled to share that with this card. But that's more the message I'm getting here, which then makes the Ten of Cups let you know that the Ten of Cups is everything you want: happy home, happy family, kind of thing. And so there is going to be a lot of emotional contentment, everything that you want, and you're going to feel solid and grounded in your experience in your life and what it is that you're doing. So it is through having also done the work. That's also the other thing. So it looks like perhaps you're starting something new, right? So really make sure that you're paying attention. Who's being honest with you? Who's not being honest with you? What do you want in your life? What don't you want in your life, right? Because you need to decide who you're going to be taking on this journey with you. Your friends, your family, those that surround you overall. And through this, you're really gonna kind of cull out everything that you don't need, and it's gonna put you in a happy place, and you're going to be content and happy with where you are, because of this. Okay. And it's not about being mean to anybody or anything like that. It's being honest and judicious, but also, in a kind way. You don't need to do it in a mean way. But anyway, that interesting message there, pile number 3, but I am going to leave it there, and I'm going to pull an oracle card. I'm using the Shaman's Dream Oracle, and this is going to be for advice for you for the month of July. And you've got 2 cards. You have First Breath, Beginner's Mind. Okay, what did I say? And Stars in the Sky. Limitless Possibility. I am going to read from the book for these 2, just so you get a full picture of what it's trying to say. Okay, First Breath, Beginner's Mind, a fresh start and renewed curiosity, natural trust. When the First Breath card shows up for you, it is time to leave the old stories and tales behind. You have arrived. Take a deep breath and another. There is nothing else you need to do but take in the new world that is revealing itself around you. Trust your natural curiosity. There is no need to dwell on how difficult the journey has been or how tight the passage to get to where you are now. Just take it all in and experience the awe and wonder of your arrival at this destination. Even if it is a familiar place you have come to many times before, try to experience it as if for the first time, for you are renewed and the old you is no longer your concern. Practice the beginner's mind, not labeling or naming what you see and experience. That situation that was so difficult only a few days ago, just be with it and breathe. You have already gone beyond it, have overcome and resolved it, even if no one else realizes this yet. So soon enough, they will as you move on. Do not squander the power of first breath, giving the old narrative mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Use it for new beginnings, to animate a world you can play and create in. Do not underestimate the power of your breath and the magic of the word. All right, and 51 stars in the sky. Limitless possibilities, embracing opportunity. When you look up into the velvety dark blanket of the night sky, covering the vast expanse of space, can you count on all the stars twinkling above? Can you imagine that you are only glimpsing a tiny sliver of what is actually there? This is the domain of limitless possibility, of the never-ending sea of potential that you yourself are made of and have now at your disposal. Your life right now is alive with possibility and needs your clear focus to home in on what avenue of exploration most calls to you. It's time to choose and not to be distracted by the sheer magnitude of what may be. Be here now. Gather your thoughts and your most cherished dreams. Focus on the brightest star in your never-ending sky and take small steps, small movements toward calling this glittering potential into reality. If you can imagine this and hold that vision, you will summon all the celestial helpers and guides to aid you in bringing it into fruition. Keep your focus on the essence of potential rather than the form of it. The universe has its own ideas of how best to serve you and all of us at the same time. Trust this as fact rather than theory, and you ought not act surprised when your dreams come true, for they surely will, exactly how you need them to. All right, pile 3, I'm going to leave it there for you. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am truly grateful. And for more clarification, check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. And if you like what I do, please like and subscribe. It helps others to find the channel. I can't talk today. And it lets me know if it resonates with you. So down below, you should find a link for tips and donations if you choose to support the channel in that way. It's not expected, but genuinely appreciated if you decide to. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.